Hey everybody, it's Prentice with Super Detail Store. Wanted to talk about exterior vehicle protection. So traditionally we had things like paste wax where you would take something like this and an applicator and wipe it on sections of the car and come back and wipe it off, and sometimes it was really hard to buff off the car. Wax has kind of gone by the wayside. That's not to say it's a bad product. It's just we have better stuff now. You get into little things like spray wax, where you've got a product like paint gloss here, P&S paint gloss, which is literally spray it on, wipe it off with a towel. That's more of a touch-up, kind of quick detail, or end of your detail. You just need to touch some things up, maybe take some fingerprints off or something. That's a great product for that. That's only going to give you about 2 weeks of protection maximum. So when you talk about waxes were replaced in the probably 1990s with polymer paint sealants. So polymer paint sealants are a more sophisticated synthetic chemical compound where when you put it on the car, the molecules actually work together and sync up, and they cure, and actually they cross-link. So that gives you a stronger bond than the wax molecules. The wax molecules literally just sit on the surface of the car, and because they're not bonding with the paint and they're not necessarily bonding with each other, it's easy for them to get washed off. Paint sealant's going to give you better protection. Then in the early 2000s, we got into the ceramic coating technology for automobiles. Now, ceramic coatings have been around for decades. They've been used in industries for decades, but only in the early 2000s was it actually adopted specifically for automotive paint. So people ask me for a quick understanding of the differences between wax sealant and ceramic, and I like to do this little visual thing where you're looking at a scale of durability, right? So wax is going to give you a durability of maybe right here, okay? So, and maybe 0 is down here, something like that. So you go with wax, and then you talk about a polymer paint sealant, which is definitely several levels up. But then you go to a ceramic coating, which is like way up here. So that's the difference visually. Think about it like that. Your durability with ceramic coating is much higher than a polymer paint sealant. That's not to say paint sealants are not good. If used on a regular basis, it's great protection for the car. But if you really want that ultimate level of protection, you need to have ceramic coating. Now, ceramic coating itself for automobiles comes in several different options. So we've got the spray and wipe products, which are certainly viable products. Things like P&S Defender, things like Oberk's Lotus Coat, CC&I Advanced Maintenance Protection Spray, and then of course Coke Chemi. We've got the ceramic. It's literally spray sealant, but it's ceramic infused. So those are easy for anybody to use. Do it yourself, or you spray it on the car. Depending on the directions, it may want you to let it sit for a moment before you wipe it off. But you do a section at a time. You spray it on, wipe it off, and let that sit for a couple hours, that area, and then you'll have a ceramic style coating on there. If you want more durability than that, then you get into things like the more advanced ceramic sprays. For example, CC&I's 12-month ceramic, which has been tested to last for 12 months on the car if correctly applied. Or something more like the Uno Advanced from Rupes, which is a ceramic infused sealant that I will tell you works very well. I've been very happy with the performance of this. This is more of a traditional sealant, more of a liquid type where you spread it on an applicator and then just wipe it around an area. You want to let it sit for 20 minutes or so, and that's true for any sealant actually. Let it sit for 20 minutes, then you wipe it off, and you're going to get a ceramic infused sealant in that area. And I found that these products definitely last for 12 months on a car. Then you have the serum type ceramic coating. Well, that comes in a little bottle, usually 30 milliliter, 50 milliliter, 100 milliliter, depending on the brand and the quantity you're getting. But things like CCI's Mobile or P&S Sole, S-O-L-E, those two products are really easy to apply, even though they are the traditional serum style. With these, you're going to take an applicator, you're going to have the car completely prepped, you're going to apply it to your applicator, small section at a time, using a certain pattern, and then let it sit for a little bit and wipe it off with your ceramic towel, with your towels dedicated to ceramic coatings. So these are sort of the crossover between the purely do-it-yourself or topper type ceramics and the more professional ceramics, which often are either require or is highly recommended that a training go along with using those products. So the crossover products, then you've got your full-on, highly durable, very strong, long-lasting ceramic coatings like CC&I Advanced and PNS Stout, where you learn the entire process of ceramic coating installation so you don't make a mistake. What are the mistakes that can happen? If you don't know what you're doing, you get what we call blotchiness or high spots, which are like dark patterns on the car, and those are difficult to remove once the ceramic has cured up. So that's what we're trying to avoid. I'm not saying it's impossible to learn ceramic coating installation as a do-it-yourselfer, but we do recommend getting some training. And doing it off of YouTube University, it can be a little bit sketchy as opposed to doing it live with somebody watching you and helping you out. So with these products, the difference between the more durable ceramic coatings and like the middle of the road ceramic coatings is that these are going to give you much longer protection, anywhere from 1 to 7 years, depending on the product. But also, while the product is on the car, it's providing a higher level of protection than the middle of the road ceramic serums can provide, and definitely more than the spray and wipe ceramic coatings that can provide. The spray and wipes are great for the do-it-yourselfer where you just want to put it on the car every 6 months or so. You know that you have a ceramic style protection on the car, and that saves you from having to pay the professional to do it. But these can also be used as great toppers for the professional application, which and professionals will usually tell you, once you put on a highly durable ceramic coating, it does need to be maintained at least once a year. You can't just put it on. It's not set it and forget it kind of technology. Those are the old days where they tried to sell 7 or 10 year protection, and we found that it didn't work. So you come back once a year and we completely treat the paint and then come back with a topping agent, which adds to the ceramic coating that was originally applied. And if you do that once a year, that coating is going to last probably for 7 years. You can even get excellent ceramic coating durability off of the middle of the road 1 year coatings from these spray products if it's done on a regular basis. So one more thing about ceramic coating, regardless of whether you're going to do the spray and wipes, the 1 year protections or the more advanced heavy durability protections, preparation is the key. If you've ever done house painting, you know that the hardest part is doing all the prep work. And then you get to the painting, and the painting takes no time at all. It's the same thing with applying a ceramic coating. Obviously, you got to wash the car thoroughly. You've got to clay it. You've got to remove all that surface contamination. No sense putting ceramic coating on top of the contamination. That doesn't make any sense. And then come back and do any polishing that you feel is necessary to make the paint look the way you want it to look before it's coating, because none of these are going to hide scratches, okay? So if you have micro scratches or swirl marks in your paint, you don't want to put a coating over it because then they're in there for good, okay? So we want to get that polished up and then come back with a final spray, surface prep, like paint prep from P&S, or you got your CC&I product, paint coating surface prep, and there's a number of others that are available. And these are going to be much better than using straight isopropyl alcohol because they have other ingredients in them that are going to clean that paint surface, get all the contaminants that might be still on there so that when your coating goes on, it goes on directly to that paint surface. All right, so once you get to this point, then you're ready to put on your ceramic coating. The towels that we recommend using for any of these really start out with a Mr. Everything towel. It's a low pile. It's a high quality microfiber. You don't want to use cheap microfibers when you're doing this stuff because that's going to impact your application. And then a lot of people like to follow it up with a second towel, and that would be typically something that's a little bit more plush, like our Korean plush towels. There's different grades of that available, but that you can see the difference. This is going to be great for getting that initial coating leveled and the excess taken off, and then come back and make sure there's nothing left so you don't get any of that blotchiness. And of course, we've got the applicator pads. Many of the ceramic coatings that are sold on the market now come with the auto fiber application pads, because our application pads have a plastic lining between the foam inside and this cloth layer or microfiber layer outside so that the stuff's not just soaking into the foam, right? You're keeping the stuff on the surface so you save product when you're using our applicators. So that's kind of the story with protection for the exterior of your vehicle. Hope that helps. Definitely hit us up with any questions or comments you have.